Welcome back to the Cado Show. My name is Zach. For those of you interested in following us on social media, you can follow us at the Cado Show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Yes, Snapchat.
For those of you wondering where Melanie is, she is in Tennessee. So unfortunately, I've brought along another man to sit next to me.
Unfortunately,
Wow,
this is a great start right now. I feel very welcome.
So if you're wondering who this guy is, if you didn't watch last week's episode, this is our producer, Wil. Everyone in the comments was berating us to bring him back, and by everyone, I mean absolutely no one. No one commented on that video.
It's fine.
But we brought him back nonetheless. So Wil, what are we doing today? What are we talking about?
All right, so it may be hard to tell, but Zach and I are very much cat people. And the one thing that's great about cats is that they have 9 lives, but they also have 9 hearts. But seriously, they have 9 lives, so they pretty much are the best animal in existence. So today we're going to be talking about these weird cat stories.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So you remember Hurricane Sandy?
Yeah.
Not the bar, but the hurricane.
Yes. Yes, it was a very fabled event.
Fabled, yes. Well, there was a cat rescue that happened during Hurricane Sandy. So there were these newborn kittens in a New York alley during Hurricane Sandy, and they were saved by a man who walked more than a mile in the storm to bring them to safety. Okay, this bro's name is Spencer Service.
Wow, wait, time out. His last name is Service?
Service, yes,
Wow.
and he serviced these kittens.
Spencer Service, doing a service for us all.
Kind of lived up to his mantra right there.
Wow, that was beautiful.
And he saved them in the middle of this storm. And he and his roommate rushed down in a cardboard box, not in a cardboard box, with a cardboard box.
Get in the box.
That would have made the story a lot better. They had slid down the stairs of the box. No, they got the cats and brought them back to their apartment and then brought them to the shelter.
That's impressive.
This bro definitely wins.
Spencer Service, you are the bro of the week.
Yeah, it just started just now. You are now the bro of the week.
Congratulations.
CadoShow approved. All right, what you got for me?
So the first one I've got, Wil, have you ever, when you were a kid, did you ever imagine like being an animal?
Yeah.
Did you ever like pretend to be an animal?
I wanted to be a 3-toed sloth. I lived up to that for the most part.
So this 20-year-old woman from Norway.
Oh, Norwegians.
She is convinced that she was born as the wrong species, and she is convinced that she was born as a cat. She claims that she found out at the age of 16 that she was a cat, and in public now she walks around with fake cat ears and a long cat tail hanging out her backside. She apparently claims that she has cat-like instincts, and that she can hear things that humans cannot. So I guess she's superhuman or cat human, maybe.
Well, I mean, 16 is a very young, fruitful age.
Yes.
I remember when I was 16, I first realized that I loved the arts. And you know, some people, they just, I guess they just learned that they're a cat.
I think her Sweet 16 gift was more than she.
It was actually just a litter box. It was just a giant litter box.
It was a very coming of age gift for her to find out she was a cat. So she hisses at dogs.
To be fair, I do that.
She hates water, which I don't know how she's gonna get by, because eventually she's gonna die of dehydration if she keeps that going. She doesn't drink a lot of water like she normally should. She also likes to sleep in the sink and the window seals. I don't really know how she's fitting in sinks unless she's got like bathtub-sized sinks, but.
I mean, I think we've all had that night where we slept in a sink, and it's actually kind of bringing up some memories, so I'm just gonna move past. So, cats, they don't live that long, right? Like maybe
Don't remind me, I have a cat.
16 years, like if you're good. This is a 26-year-old cat. And he's looking great, actually. Like if you look at this picture of him, he is looking fan-freaking-tastic right here. But his name is Trouble.
Well.
And he's referred to as a kitty, even though he is 26 years old. Look at this cat.
He looks great.
He's got the eyes. I feel like he's staring into my soul. Those are eyes that have seen things right there.
He's got a little nick on the ear there, so he's been through some trouble.
Yeah,
Trouble's gone through some trouble there, but he looks great. He looks like he's in good shape. That's like a 100-year-old person that looks like they're 60.
Well, the shelter named him Trouble because they had trouble finding him a home. And for multiple reasons, including that apartments wouldn't include pets.
Yeah.
But they finally found one, and this cat doesn't like to drink from a bowl and prefers to drink from a spout. Now, apparently, this is scandalous in the cat world because you're not supposed to drink from spouts. But Old Trouble does, and he's living to 26, which is like, I'm pretty sure, like 133.
He's clearly doing something right, so you can't knock him too much. I've got a cat. He shoves his hands in like our own glasses. That was a different technique, but I guess spouts.
In your glasses, like
not this
like
not this glass, but like a drinking glass.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess that'd be a little easier. What you got from
Good
you
work,
guys?
Trouble. Keep it going, man. Okay, so my next one here. Presidential elections coming up, right?
Yep.
On the Republican side, we've got 50 candidates, and
Yep.
on the Democratic side, we've got 2, one of which is Hillary Clinton.
Yep, she's a person.
So she grew up with a cat through her childhood. And
Was it named like Fluffy or?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't I would say your typical cat name. It was named Isis.
Oh. Well, that's just lovely.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure it's technically Isol.
Oh
No,
yeah,
that's
yeah, it's Isol. Yeah, not Isis. But she and her family claim that it was based off of the Egyptian goddess, which is the goddess of the sky.
Well, I mean, I would hope so.
But
I mean,
I feel like I think we're caught up in translation. I'm not really sure if we're on the same page.
maybe instead of Isis, it was meant to be said is.
Is far more creative than Isis.
This is our cat. His name is. He's the darn best cat we have. He's living to 26 years old. All right, so we're gonna go from is to a ridiculously large cat. Look at how big this cat is. This is Rupert. First of all, he's British, which I think explains a lot of things.
Makes
Second of all,
a whole world of difference.
He's a Maine Coon, and my sister has a Maine Coon cat, and those things get pretty big. But this is a monstrosity.
Well,
Look at
apparently it says he's 3 times bigger than the average cat, but I would argue that he's probably eaten 3 domestic cats more so than being the size. So,
it's not actually British, it's actually Australian.
to make matters better or worse, depending on what you're thinking here, it says he's going to gain another 5 kilograms in the next few years, so he's still got room to grow.
You still got another cat in him right there.
That's another cat. Really. Give me a 4th, I'm fine.
All right, what's the last one that you have?
Okay, so we've got a bit of a hitchhiking cat. Her name is Nadia.
Is she from Homeward Bound?
Yes, her sister was in Homeward Bound.
Okay.
So there's got like a family tradition of keeping it together.
Yeah, nice to live that she's living up to the.
Yeah, her family
status.
pushed and pushed for her to be one of those hitchhikers, and she said, "Mom, Dad, I've got it."
Meow.
So she lived in Wisconsin, and on Christmas Eve, she somehow snuck out the back door, and gave her owners a bit of a fright, and they said it was basically the worst Christmas ever. Which
I mean, I think that's that's a reasonable.
To be fair, if your
expectation to
cat's
have.
running out on Christmas, it's like, I don't know.
Do they? Is she a Grinch cat?
Yeah, she's green.
Oh, okay.
So
that makes sense.
basically what happened is she was gone for 2 months. And so, I mean, at that point, I guess you think that, it's a lost cause. No. She made it down to Florida, and she lived. She lived on. Eventually, somehow, she was picked up by this animal shelter in Naples, Florida. By the way, Wisconsin and Florida are a little far apart, just for those of you
That
who
is a
don't.
general fact.
Just for those of you who don't know geography, we should probably put up a map so you know what's going on.
Yeah.
But
It's a long way.
it's a bit of a distance. Thankfully, apparently she had a microchip with her owner's information on it, and the owner's got a phone call. I don't really know what's more concerning or bewildering, the fact that this cat managed to go from Wisconsin to Florida, or the fact that her owners had a microchip installed in her, like it's like a robotic cat.
I mean, microchips you need to have those in your pets. They're my favorite kind of chip.
They taste really good with guac. You might want to give that a go.
All right, well, that's all that we have for today. Thank you so much for watching The Cado Show. Make sure you follow us on social media. The links are below. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us, Wil. Wow, what an absolute
What a
lad.
great show. It's a great show. Now we're just bantering.
Yeah, we are just bantering.
I'm gonna have to.
Wow, guys, way to just sit in and be a part of something special today.